So first of all, I want to thank you all for being here tonight, and I want to thank you for your support for GTC and for those that has been going there for so many years to train leaders. And I'm here basically because GTC is deep in my heart, because it was very instrumental in the beginning of my ministry. And I'm here to share with you a little bit about how was my journey to get here where I am right now. So basically, I grew up in a Christian family, going to a Presbyterian church every Sunday for Sunday school. But it was until the age of 18 or 19 years old when I embraced the doctrines of grace through a Sunday school that my dad was teaching in the church, where he was using a book, Si Jesus, by Dr. Roger Smalling. The translation in English is Unlocking Grace. And there, the first class, I couldn't believe that I was hearing about predestination. Even though I was hearing this in the church, I never got to understand it. By the second class, I really embraced these doctrines because the biblical evidence was so clear to me. So because of that, I became so passionate about systematic theology. And I wanted to learn more about the doctrines of grace through the Bible, especially because I was a student, an engineering student, and system engineering student, and I love systems. And therefore, I wanted to learn more about this. And then when I was serving in my father's church, I heard from my dad that there was this opportunity to go to Bogota to do some theological training. And I felt compelled to take a break on my engineering studies and to see how God would use me to serving in His kingdom. There were two things that were in my heart at that moment. I wasn't clear about what was my calling, but two things were in my heart. Was one, that I love systematic theology and I wanted to teach others the doctrines of grace. And also, I wanted to work in cross-cultural ministry. I wanted to do missions. And I didn't know how would this come about in the future. So I went to Bogota. It was a challenging time there, but we really felt the support of Gospel through Colombia, who helped us having scholarships for 5 students who were studying there until a campus was open in Barranquilla, where I returned to continue my studies there and resume my studies in engineering. Eventually, I graduated and I started to serve in my father's church. And I was sent by my father's church to plant a church in a poor community in Barranquilla. And then while I was doing that, I was bivocational in ministry. I was planting this church and I was also having a job as an engineer. I felt that something was missing, and that was that God was calling me to full-time in ministry. But also, I remember my desire of going and doing missions. So my wife and I prayed about this and discussed this, and we came to the States to, first of all, to pursue more theological education, and then also to discover what will be our mission field. So when we came to the States, first of all, I went to Westminster, and I wanted to learned under Manny Ortiz, who was the director of the urban ministry program there. But Manny Ortiz moved to biblical seminary, therefore I decided to go to biblical seminary. Also, I had the opportunity to intern at 10th Presbyterian Church, doing outreach to internationals, and there I realized that my mission field was right here, because God was bringing the nations here, and I was able to share the gospel with people from many nations, and I was seeing people coming to Christ. And I've been continuing doing this service there at 10th Presbyterian Church, and now another element has come, which is that I'm able also to work with Mercy Ministries, something that I love as well, because when I was in Colombia, I was also doing outreach in a poor community doing Mercy Ministries. So you can see how your prayers, your investment, your desire, your eagerness, your sacrifices has played an important role in my life and in my ministry and the people that I'm reaching out. And I'm really thankful for your work, and I really encourage you to continue to do so. Thank you.